And we're here. We're here, ladies and gentlemen, for the birthday podcast. I'm not going to be here for a long time. I'm going to be here for a good time, baby. Let's talk. Let's talk. Because that's what we do around here. We don't play video games. We don't play Fortnite. No, not around here. Not around her, boy. No, what we do around here is we talk about movies. We talk about dreams. And when we're done, when we're all dried up, we talk about politics. Yeah, I know that last one wasn't good. However, we're here, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy is fresh off of that birthday juice. Juice, ladies and gentlemen. I got me right here in my Heisenberg cup. I got me that peanut butter whiskey. I got me some coffee. And I got me some Baileys. I didn't know if it would work. It works. All right? All right? Just take my word for it. Also made this screen just on the fly because this is not part of the normal podcast. You know, rigmarole. There's different screens, but I have one for me when I'm going normal. I have one for when I got 2 guests. I got one for when I got 4 guests. I got one for when we're using the whole screen. I'm testing everything out. So I don't know. I don't like that live on air placement. Here we go. Let's do that. There we go. Thank you, everybody, for the birthday wishes. I appreciate you fully and completely. I'm going to tell y'all about my morning first. In case y'all haven't been checking the messages, this is how my birthday morning went. My birthday morning was, I fielded all the messages, you know. I had to go to Facebook. People were leaving me messages on Facebook, though I haven't been active in God knows how long. I'm fielding messages. Happy birthday. Hope you're doing well. I'm like, I'm all right. Shit's okay. Kinda. You know, life stuff. And I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to get my ass out of bed. This black whale needs to get his chubby self out of the bed, go to the closet that you just see the corner of right here. And I was like, I'm going to go put some clothes on. Because, you know, if you do stream, you can't be streaming and not have a hot tub and, you know, still have your man titties out. So I was like, let me put some clothes on. I grabbed my pants. I grabbed my shirt, my hoodie. I got them hoodies running live. And I was like, let me go ahead and put these jams on. I turned around, twisted my kneecap, sat right back on the bed, boy. Sat right back on the bed because I was like, you know what? The game is over. Birthday lasted all of like 30 seconds. And I was like, there's that pain I've become so accustomed to. And so, yeah, the kneecap, bro. I heard that joint too. And you know how you can hear stuff that actually like no one else could hear, but you feel it in your own body. And I was like, oh, that's about 3/5 of my soul right there. It just left right out my kneecap. How you keep hurting yourself? I'm going to tell you how. See, back when I was in 8th grade, when I was a spry chap, I was like, you know, I'm going to play me some baseball. So I went out, I played baseball, I got into varsity. I was like, your boy was out here doing it. I wanted to be pitcher, but you know when a boy, if this dog don't shut up. Anyway, and I was like, your boy wanted to be a pitcher. I had that wicked fucking screwball, that knuckleball. I had the fastball. But you know, when you're running around with all these, you know, private school people, you know, I was too poor to pitch. I couldn't have a you know, a straight path. So they were basically like, let's put you in a multitude of places. And they were like, yo, let's try him in outfield. And then there was, it was, what was it, left field where they put everybody that they don't really want on the team? I can't remember. I haven't watched baseball in God knows how long. Anyway, probably because of this. So they had me in outfield. Then they had me, I got to try out for pitcher, but I didn't get it. And then one random practice, because the coach really liked me because he knew the coach that used to coach who coached my brother in baseball, was like, let's try doing you see somebody just tried to come into the room and they were like, nah, he's live. He's live. He's talking. That's right. You get the fuck out of here. Anyway, the point is, he was like, yo, let's put him at shortstop. And I was like, I'll try it. Y'all done throw me every place else. The next place is the bargain bin, a.k.a. the bench. So I was like, I'll try it. And he was impressed. He was like, yo, I like what he's doing. But the other coach, who's actually the coach of the team, which was this dude's younger son, was like, I ain't hearing you, Dad. So I'm going to put him as catcher. Let's see how he does as catcher. So I was playing catcher for a little bit. During practice, dude popped up the ball. I'm looking at the ball. I'm backing up, and there's a hole. We're going to call this the fuck you hole. And the fuck you hole caught my foot, and I lost my balance and spun a 360, disconnecting my foot from my body. The only thing holding it on was the skin. So I have a floppy foot. And thankfully my mom, she came and got me. After she came and got me, we had to go home for the insurance cards, but my neighborhood had just put in speed bumps. Speed bumps, if you know what I'm saying. They had just put in speed bumps. So we had like 8 speed bumps on 3 roads to get to my house. Man, my foot was bouncing. My foot was twerking before it was a thing. I'm going to tell y'all like that. My foot was bouncing all over the place. My joint was out here turning all of the dudes on, okay? So basically, since I healed pretty quick, this was when I was like a good, what was it? I would say I was a good 14. And see, as this is my birthday and I turned a 40, yeah, I'm 40. If I shave off all this cross hatching on my face, if I turn this off,
It doesn't matter who we are.
what matters is our plan. So, thank you, Gizmo coming in, part of the elite. We got 800 Pixel Gorilla. I use a profile wide LED better tin, and it's Pixel Juice. Thank you, Ragamuffins coming in with the 5 gifted tier 1 subscriptions. So, back to this story. I appreciate you. You know what? Let me see if it's going to tell the rest, because if it is going to tell the rest. You know what? We're going to turn this down. We're going to turn this down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Thank you, though, Ragamuffin. I love you, as always. So, I think since that injury, I don't think I've ever fully really healed. Now, this was when I was young. So, I was walking. I had that Wolverine healing factor. It was all good. But the first thing to go screwy in my older age is probably the fact that I've always had like foot problems. And just recently, within the past like year, it's been knee problems. I'm pretty confident that within the next like 5 years, I'll probably have to get like replacement knee surgery on like my whole body. I just need knees everywhere. So anyway, back to the point. Thank you all for joining me. Like I said, I'm not here for a long time, but I wanted to touch base. Have everybody in one place just because your boy's old. Reached that big 4-0. Feel like I'm a big 9-0. But it's always good to see my peoples out here coming through strong. Ragamuffins, again, you've gifted 52 subs in this channel, man. What you want? I know it's my birthday, but tell me what you want. You want something? Let me know. I'll go ahead and give all that money back. Let's get you a gift. I'm good with it. Yeah, thank you. Much love from Corpo Stan. Yeah, that love is accepted, baby. You family out here. I appreciate you. So yeah, drinking, chilling. Looks like you're only a 20 though. Yo, if I shave off this, like I said, if I shave off this cross hatching on my face, I'm straight 19 again. Black don't crack, baby. Black don't crack. So Yeah. What do we have today? For those that were here for the warm up, you got to see my new video that's on my Mighty Vicious YouTube, where I'm getting back into talking about movies. There's going to be a lot of that. That's what this is about currently. Like, that's why I'm testing out this format. This is my one-on-one with y'all, or one-on-many. I have pages set up for everything. Uncharted. Let's talk Uncharted. So, look, if you've been a long time fan of this channel, way before Dreams came along and changed our world, y'all know I love to talk movies. Y'all know I have a lot of opinions on movies. Let me start off by saying I may speak as if I'm speaking in absolutes, but I'm willing to hear everybody's opinion. But this is my opinion. To sum it all up, it'll be better than Venom. That's I haven't watched the new Venom, but as far as I'm concerned on the first Venom, I can understand someone watching it and being entertained. I really can. But it's a horrible Venom movie. It is absolutely 100% the opposite way of what everybody wanted to see when they saw that a Venom movie was coming out. So for fans, that joint is like like rotten, if you want to go by the Rotten Tomatoes standard. But for people who are just like, you know what, I need something to laugh at, chuckle at, get a grin on, I can see somebody watching and being like, yo, that's 100%. I enjoyed myself. GG. But you know what? I'm going to take my time here, and I'm going to show you what it should have been. I don't know how up to date y'all are on the game, but that person that came in, they came in to give me my birthday present I bought for myself, which is a sketchbook. Anyway, I don't know how long y'all been following, because they've been talking about a Venom movie since Wizard Magazine was a thing. And yeah, they finally got it done, and I've been waiting too long to have it, to give credence to what was released. If that makes sense. You know, so let me see here. Venom. Did any of y'all watch True Blood? If you watch True Blood, then you'll recognize the main character playing Eddie Brock. But this is the short film that you should have, that basically sets what Venom should have been. But let's get back to Uncharted. So, Uncharted, I like older actors. And maybe it's because I'm old. But I like older actors to play my action or superheroes. But having said that, you can't ask for a better beginning to a franchise than Tom Holland right now. You just can't. Yeah, he's young. Yeah, you may have wanted an older Drake that's had a chance to live. That's why I like older superheroes, because those actors have had a chance to live, and I feel like their natural experience in life can give them more of a relatable aspect for not only the youth, but for the old people as well, who are like, yo, just don't show me shiny shit. Like, that's not enough anymore. Sometimes it is, let's be honest. But him being able to grow into the Drake that we were first introduced into is valuable. Now, the only issue, and it's not even an issue, because a younger Drake means a younger Sully. And I like Mark Wahlberg. As Red Sakatsu put on Twitter from the Dreams universe, for those that know, he was like, yo, J.K. Simmons was right there. Y'all could have picked him. I agree with him. J.K. Simmons is killing it. I know he's been killing it for a while, but there's a show called Counterpart that's on Amazon Prime that a lot of people just don't know about. And if you watch Counterpart and the character that he plays in that show, it's It's fantastic. It is a beautiful sci-fi drama with amazing characters. And he gives a performance as two different versions of himself. If that's not enough to get you interested, I don't know what you need. So, he was right there. Do I dislike Mark Wahlberg? No. Like I said, younger equals younger. I'm fine with it. Mark Wahlberg has something that he can grow into. And honestly, thinking of him as an older self, he might fit right into Sully. But we can't get sidetracked by the fact that all the fans of Uncharted know what they wanted. They know what they wanted. We have the short film that was done with I can't believe it's skipping my mind right now. I can see him clear as day. What is his name, guys? Nathan Fillion. We have the short film that was made with Nathan Fillion, which is the fan film. Yeah. And if for y'all that haven't seen that, there you go. I'm giving you the links to everything. That was literally what we wanted. What the fans of the franchise wanted. But once again, I digress. We know how Hollywood works. There's no reason to act like we don't. They're looking to turn this into a nice 10-year franchise. A new movie every 3 years, maybe even sooner. And then they can drop it off. The only thing from the trailer that I was just like, and I don't even know why it gets to me. Back in the day, I wouldn't have thought about it. Back in the day, I was just like, oh, cool, action, cool. But when he's jumping up the cargo into the wind, when he's far enough from the plane to where it's like, yo, you can't do that. I don't know why. I don't know why that, I get it. It's just action. It's whatever. It's not like I haven't watched movies like The Legend of Rue where I'm sitting here watching Kangaroo Ninja Turtles in a distant land. And I'm like, I'll buy it. I'm completely cool with it. Whatever. So I don't know, but something about that just felt so rough to me. Like it would have been better if they literally just had him climb up the boxes. But throw that away. Throw that away. I mean, we watch movies about motherfuckers in spandex saving lives with superpowers. Let's be real, with CG. We really don't have that much to hold on to as an argument. So I maintain that my overall point is that no matter what, it's going to be better than Venom. So, you know what? I'll take it. I'll watch it, and y'all know I will because I watch everything. I watch every motherfucking thing. Everything. But do y'all want to know what movie really threw me tits up? Well, really gargled my areolas? Do y'all want to know what movie I watched recently that made me so just unhappy, but also was instructional? It made me understand the different groups of people that exist even within the love of a genre. Is too low. Venom is too low a bar. Okay, Ragamuffins. Okay, look. I agree. I agree. But it is what it is. Because when it comes down to it, because they chose basically the hottest actor out right now, the one that everybody foresees a bright future for, Tom Holland is like the golden boy of Hollywood right now. He literally can do no wrong. The first movie can be rough. It can be. But they'll still be able to make a second. And the second one, as a fan, the second one, when he's a little older, when they figure out where their footing is, when they see the error of the possible error of their ways in the way that the first one is made, there's still the possibility of it getting better. And you have to leave that open. You have to leave that open because, I mean, let's be real. There were things that all of us loved about Nolan's first Batman, Batman Begins. I personally believe it was the best depiction of Gotham out of the whole series because I know, I'm sorry, but like I know the cities that they did in the second two. Like, they didn't sell me as Gotham. They sold me as the place that they actually are. So, but I like the depiction in the first Batman. But I'm going to tell you, there were things lacking in Batman Begins that they got better with. I need to change that message. Things are not 15% off in the merch shop. Not anymore. That was last week. Y'all missed out. No, I'm just playing. Y'all ain't missed shit. Anyway. So, they have time. And what the series is now isn't going to be what it always is. Like, they still have room to change. So, I expect the first one to be entertaining, but they have a ceiling that they can... They have a ceiling that they could get to. Ragamuffins, I'm sipping out the lotion lobby bug right now. My man. I'm telling you, this guy's doing everything for me. It's amazing. It's amazing. Ragamuffins is like the best friend you could have, okay? Okay? But that's what I think of all of you as well. I'm just saying. Look, it is what it is. So, let me get back to it. You know what movie I saw that really tickled my tits? That really gargled my areolas? Which really touched me in ways that I just didn't feel like were appropriate? Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills was the most disappointing thing I think I've seen all year. It really was, when I think about it. Halloween Kills, and I'm not trying to make light of strokes, but if you watch the last Halloween and their ability to make a cohesive story out of horror, which is nonsense, a cohesive story, give you fully fleshed out characters, and those characters have depth, and then you get to Halloween Kills, and it literally, like, don't get me wrong, Michael Myers still looks sweet, okay? Looks sweet in the new one. It's fine. But it was literally like someone forgot they made the last one. And then they came back and was like, you know what? We like Rob Zombie's films. We're going to make it complete nonsense. It was atrocious. Let me tell you this, in my opinion. I told y'all, don't pay attention to the fact that I tend to speak in what seems like absolutes. The point is if there's anybody out there that enjoys, one, Rob Zombie films, or the new Halloween, good. That's what the movie's for. I'm not supposed to like everything. And I understand that, so I hope people understand where I come from when I talk about movies. I'm just really passionate about how I feel, and I want you to hear all of it before you get to speak again. Bill Burr is the greatest, for those who didn't get the reference. But the point is, it literally made no sense. Oh, Lady Delaney. Hola. Wait. Red Nebula. He gifted your sub. Was this the other day when he was in? Yesterday? Was it yesterday? I'm not sure. But anyway, welcome. So, I had no clue what they were trying to do with that film. Like, let me ask y'all a question. As viewers, as people who may not talk as much as I do about film. Oh, going to see Bill Burr in April? I'm pretty sure it'll be a delight. But let's talk about all of us as viewers, okay? See, what I liked about the first one, as I just said, was that they created great characters. What's going on, Shovel? Good to see you, my brother. They created in-depth characters out of old characters that literally just carried. It was a movie. Okay, let me put it this way. It wasn't just a horror movie. It was a good movie, in my opinion. The whole appeal of seeing the second movie for me was the fact that they were going to pick up in Halloween Kills where Halloween left off. So I was like, okay, more of these in-depth characters that you've given more substance to, and Michael Kills. Cool. What I got instead was Michael Kills, and we're going to introduce so many nonsensical characters that there's no time for the characters you care about that we spent all last movie creating. There's no time for them in this movie now. They're literally background noise, and we're going to replace it with a bunch of characters who seem absolutely stupid. And literally their whole point is death dies tonight. Or, no, not, evil dies tonight, excuse me. Evil dies tonight. They just keep chanting it. So, like, any moment that you get in the movie for something to add some sort of anchor or spot where you can, like, try to ground it back down to build up the tension again. You're met with characters that everyone in that town literally felt like they were on PCP. Now, some people will say, well, there's two types of people when you go into horror movies. There's horror fans, which is literally just how many bodies can you rack up? Were they cool? Job done. I personally like that, but with a story. Because if you connect people more to the deaths hit harder. It's the same with drama. If you have characters that are built out and the viewer can appreciate and connect to those characters, then when something happens to those characters, they feel it more. Now, does every movie need to be Godfather 2? No. But that's why I didn't have fun. I honestly, Halloween Kills to me was the least pleasant experience I think I've had. And if y'all know how many movies I watch, that's terrible. I watch some high octane, out of left field shit all the time. I just do. Because I watch everything. If you don't know, jump in my Discord. If you need the link, I'll provide it for you. Jump in my Discord, where I've started to gather a bunch of like-minded film buffs. And yeah, you'll see soon enough. That's if you haven't been around this channel before, dreams became a thing. Because I used to talk about movies all the time, and I'm getting back into it. So, yeah, that's my rundown. Halloween Kills did not do it for me. It literally it's like I was watching it with my brother, and every 10 or 15 minutes I would be like, what the fuck is happening? Like what is going on? And it's going to be a trilogy, so I have another one coming. And I'm going to watch it, even though I feel this way about the second one. You never know. You never know. That's the beauty of movies. You never know what's going to be the one where you're like, they might have slipped up there, but they can pull it back. And you got to see, because you can't talk shit about movies if you don't watch the movie. You can't, in my opinion, you can't have an opinion if you have nothing to base the opinion on. But as y'all have come to love and understand from this channel, Vicious never lies to the people. Not one time. If I'm going to say something, you better be sure I'm going to watch it. I watched Twilight. I watched all of Twilight. Garbage. But I get to say that because I watched all of it. You can't just be like, sparkling vampires are lame. They are. However, you don't know if they're lame in that movie. You got to watch it. And even I can look at the breadth of the series and be like, I see why this was made. And while it doesn't hit me, it hit someone else. I personally feel like the first movie is one of the greatest comedies ever made. I don't think I'm supposed to think it's a comedy, but there was a level to which I could enjoy it. And I give it credit for that. Y'all tell me what credit I should give Halloween Kills. Because I felt like the last movie that they did was at least 5 times better than this one. At least. But y'all tell me. Y'all go watch the movie. I'll be back doing these again. The Audible Brunch podcast is going to be a new thing where I'm just going to talk movies. I'm going to have filmmakers on that I get to interview. For those that have been watching the Made in Dreams podcast, I'm going to have the Nelms brothers back on that directed Fat Man, who also did Small Town Crime. That's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. They also did Waffle Street. That's on Amazon Prime, which if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. And then if you really go back into the catalog for them, Night of the Dog, which is awesome. Wonderful low budget film. Y'all know what I'm saying. So I don't know who made it through all that, but that's how I feel. How do y'all feel? How do y'all feel? Because yeah, that's pretty much my spill. If you've seen Halloween Kills, please type out your full breakdown of why you like it, dislike it, and I'll go ahead and put that back on. But like I said, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. So, let me see. Ragamuffin said, horror never seems to impress these days. There are good horror films. They're just foreign. Most of the ones that are happening in the States, on this side of the planet, a lot of it, like, they're few and far between that are actually good horror films. A lot of them try to be this existential slice of life, but it's not life, and it literally makes no sense type of. And yeah, if you want to watch a good movie on a good breakdown of horror, even though I don't agree with Chris Stuckman on a lot of his reviews, I appreciate Chris Stuckman on YouTube. And his breakdown of Halloween Kills actually was pretty amazing. He liked it. And why he liked it makes sense to me, but at the same time it doesn't. So it's whatever. But he did a video called, you know what? I put it on my Discord. It's, what was it called? It was like the problem with horror movies today. And this is funny because we agree on everything. And I love this video. Here you go in chat if you haven't seen it. And yet somehow, like, we disagree on this movie, but he's completely right in this video. Like, and I think it might be something to do with age. I really do think it might be something to do with age. Now, I've been watching horror since the early 80s. And my uncle had chest, like full-blown chest filled with VHSs with movies, period. But he had a separate chest that had only horror. Only horror. So I was watching, when I was like 3, 4, 5, I was watching the zombie movies where they literally were ripping the guts out of people. Okay? Like, I've been in horror for a long time. Curse of the Deadly Spawn. Gate 1 and 2. all of the old ones that everyone knows, Freddy, Jason, Myers, all that shit. I've seen it all. But yeah, for me, most of the things... Oh, God, Tales from the Crypt. Oh, good. Tales from the Crib. Ritsukatsu, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. But yeah, I've been watching horror for a long time, and I'm not talking shit about anybody. But my movie watching, I probably watched more movies this year than most people have watched in their entire lives. So that's why I feel very confident in my explanation or my knowledge of movies. But that's why I'm doing this show, because I want other people who feel like me, who want to talk about movies, to be able to come out and talk about movies. I want filmmakers to come on the Audible Brunch podcast, and I want them to learn me. I want them to be like, yo, this is something you don't know, so shut up. Like, like, I love it. And it all harkens back to, for people who've been in the podcast for a while, like, they know that the idea of Comic-Cons and stuff like that mean nothing to me. Like, I hate Comic-Cons because if I don't want a picture with someone. I don't idolize people. I want to sit down and talk with them. If they had an option at Comic-Cons where they were like, yo, you can talk to Robert Downey Jr., it's going to cost you $500. Y'all got 3 hours in a bar. You can buy then buy him a drink, and y'all can just talk about movies. I would go to a Comic-Con for that. They could throw the price. I don't care. But there's no use in, like, for me, I emphasize for me because a lot of people think I talk shit about them or their thoughts. I'm not. But for me, I want to talk about people, about the craft that I love. The thing I'm most interested in. Right now, that's dreams and filmmaking. But I'm saying, these are all the things. So I want to have an intimate conversation. And that's why I'm a podcaster. That's why, even though this is Twitch is mostly a gaming platform, I do podcasts because I want to talk to people that I look at their craft and I'm like, you have something I can learn. But I need to be able to talk to you without Sarah Chan off to the side. Sorry, that was mean. But you gotta allow me my jokes. I'm real as fuck. Anyway, I need to be able to do so without a bunch of people being like, "Oh my fucking god, I love what you've done." I don't love that shit. Like, I'm a grown ass man. I want to talk about the craft. I don't want to blow smoke up your ass. So that's what this is all about. I'm glad that it's kind of working out so far. I need to make some changes to this chat box, though, because I would have much rather had everyone's stuff actually stay on the screen. You know what? Let me take a look at that. And then I'm going to get to... I see your question, Lady Delaney. Give me 1 sec. Oh, show messages. Let me see. Font settings, chatter. What the fuck is chatter? Okay, whatever. Shut down social, not video. No. Let's see if that works. Lady Delaney, here we go. What's your movie watching setup like? Are you like me where you need the right snacks cuddly set up on the couch? Not really. I have a 65-inch right here. Right here, off screen. I have a 3-monitor setup. Downstairs, with sound bar, of course, sound bars. I have the 70-inch 4K sound. I enjoy watching movies in my house more than I enjoy watching them at the theater because the theater has been ruined. The theater is dead to me. As far as I'm concerned, the theater is something that I enjoyed in my childhood, and it was fantastic, but it no longer exists. I can't go to. That's why I haven't seen Venom. I'm probably not going to see any of the new shit that's coming out now, being that everybody is going to act like everything's normal again, and now we're not going to get stuff, streamed directly to us anymore. I'm so salty if you can't tell. Arca. Hello, thank you. Thank you for joining me for my birthday stream. Like I said, here for a good time, not a long time. But yeah, like, I can't go to the theater without people ruining my day. So I stopped going to the theater like 3 years ago. People having conversations next to me on a phone. People coming in in the middle of a movie with their flashlight on their phone. People that can't stay off Twitter for more than 3 minutes at a time with their screen on bright. I had to scream on people. And once my patience was done, and I screamed on people, I was like, you can't do that. That's what I said to myself. You can't do that. Because we all know what happens. We all know what happens if someone actually gets smart. We all know what happens if someone's like, why don't you mind your own fucking business? And then I say, well, why don't you get pwned? Old man got hands. And you can't allow that. You gotta be smart. You gotta, as a matter of fact, why is this off sides again? What is this? There we go. So let me catch back up. Thank you for the happy birthday, Arca. Lady Delaney, jealous. That setup sounds dope. It's what I care about. I only spend money on the specific things that I love. That's it. I keep my computer working, and I keep my movie watching pristine. That's it. So, I was going with Red. As far as I know, Red's doing all right. Let me see. Lady came back from 4 hours of gym. I'm destroyed. Dude, I couldn't stand that. Ignorant people in cinemas. Yeah, you'd think not to go too much on a rampage here, but you'd think that if you go spend money to sit in a place quietly, I'm not saying you can't laugh. I'm not saying you can't throw out the eventual chortle. I'm not saying that you can't be like, oh shit, that was dope. Reacting to the movie, fine. But if you have people fucking doing everything as if they're in their living room, that's not the place. You paid money, but guess what? 50 other people, at least, paid money to be in that theater with you and enjoy an experience. And now you've taken all that from them. It bothers me so much that I just I couldn't stand it anymore. And I didn't want to give anyone the opportunity to make me end up on CNN. Because they're going to lie. No, I'm just like... I didn't want to... I'm not lying, though. I definitely screamed on somebody. Somebody walked in with that flashlight after literally like a year of having every single experience that I had in the cinema ruined. Y'all don't know. I used to go to the cinema literally every week. And sometimes I would go for a day not knowing anything about a movie. And I would just sit in the theater and watch movies back to back from the morning until the night. Just watch movies and then go home and watch more movies. Like, they literally took my church away. But I'm fine. But people need to People need to, the corpos need to understand that there is a group of people who no longer want to go to the theater, and they need to make it so that I can watch it at home, because otherwise they ain't getting my money. I've loved what HBO Max has done, but they're about to ruin that too, because they already made a deal with AMC to start putting movies back in the theaters and not doing same-day releases, theatrical and HBO Max. So they ain't going to be getting my money come the end of December. They're getting canceled ASAP. Let me see here. Let me catch back up with chat. Let's see. Mikeko, the trick is to know the projector handler and get private screenings. The only way to enjoy the movies. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. I'm not gonna lie to you. That sounds beautiful. Ninja McWood, why don't you marry it then? I would, but I'm also already married, so I don't know how my wife would feel about it. But every so often she's like, "You got a movie you want to watch?" And I'm like, I do, girl. And she's like, "What about a ménage à trois?" And I'm like, "I've never heard such a beautiful idea. I love you. I know why I married you. Let's get it." And we just watch movies all day. Fuck. It's love, baby. It's all love. It's all love. If I had sweet setup like that, I wouldn't go to the theaters either. That's all you need is to lose your dreams. Lady, I'm talking to you. All you need to do is give up on your dreams and then take everything that you slave for during the day with your job and focus it directly into the things that'll make you want to wake up in the morning. Oh, guys, I hope you enjoy my jokes. Anyway, at Arca was going really well. I'm on a schedule for an amazing release. Oh, that's good to know. Happy birthday. Thank you, Ninja. Thank you. There's a lot going on about it. Dreams. Always. Exactly. See, so many reactions of people clapping to Endgame, and I was like, nah, F that. I'm even fine with that. Honestly. I'm even fine with that. It's when it has nothing to do with the movie, or when it feels like you don't have manners. Endgame was pretty hype. It's like the perfect end to the 10-year plan. I can understand people being like, "Oh, yeah. I'm going to buy that shit. I'm going to buy it. If I missed a sentence, I'll see it again in theaters. Or, well, not for me anymore, but, see it in theaters or just see it when I get home. It's just whatever. But I wait now. I wait for movies. And it sucks for someone who loves movies and watches as many as I do. Like, I don't want to wait, but I have to because it's better than being arrested. So, yeah. I feel like the best way to enjoy a movie is alone in your home. Alone in your home or just at home with a person who appreciates what they're watching as much as you. Nothing beats that. You get appropriate comments, and they're few and, once again, they're few, far between. And then after the movie, because one of my favorite things going to the cinema was watching a movie, and then me and my friends would go out into the parking lot, and we'd stay in the parking lot for like an hour, if not more, just talking about like the movie, every aspect of it. That's kind of what this podcast is for me now, is I get to literally just, this is all a parking lot, and we're all talking about movies. GG. No re. No distractions. I'll relax and focus on the content. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Oh boy, I'm ready for it. Bangarang. In Scotland, the cinema experience is relatively unaffected, so I still love the cinema, but I haven't been in ages because of COVID. Yeah. I mean, I hear that there's actual great cinematic experiences. I just can't have them. I tried everything. I started going early in the morning. Like the first showings they would have of stuff. Lord knows somehow a school would show up And I'm not talking about for like some rated like PG or G or anything like that. Like schools would show up and watch movies that I'm like, yo, why y'all got these kids in this movie? Now, mind you, I never had limitations on what I could watch. I could watch, as I told you, when I was 3 and 4, I was watching guts being pulled out. So I never had restrictions. But still, I know people have feelings about that. So I'd be like, yo, how am I here at 9 o'clock in the morning and there's a school bus and y'all are basically in an adult movie, bruh? Like, y'all shouldn't be here. How are these kids here? Why? Like, it's like the world was literally losing rules just so people that were unruly could be in the theater when I was in the theater. My friends think I'm crazy because apparently it doesn't happen to them. They're all in this area. They're like, yo, I go see movies all the time. What are you talking about? I'm like, but see, that's just something else to complain about. Let's see. I need Movie Honey too. Movie Honey is the greatest. Movie Honey is the best. Now I feel even more alone. Oh, God, no. In my area right now, no one is in the theater, so I'm seeing shows pretty much alone, loving it. I can't trust. I can't trust. Everybody, people can tell me that there's literally no one else in the theater. And I'm sure if I decided to go to the theater, everybody would be in that theater. Y'all tell how passionate I get about this. It really hurts my soul that I can't go to what is basically my church, my cathedral anymore. It hurts me. It really does. All these games and you chose to play me. Right, laughing and cheering at the movie is fire. Yeah, it can be. You don't want that one guy though. I mean, everything has an extreme. You don't want that one guy who has that really awkward laugh. Actually, he's not bad. The guy that has that awkward laugh, but at some point in the movie, you actually start laughing at his laugh because it's like, dude, how did you develop this tactic? How did you develop the laugh? Like, how do you make that sound? I'm not talking about the guy who shows up and he's like coughing a lot. I just feel bad for that guy. I'm like, yo, I hope you're okay. Like, I'm not unruly, okay? I'm not unruly. Thank you, Notre Dame. Love you. Thank you for being here. I'm not unruly, man. I'm not just like, y'all better be quiet. I better not hear shit in this theater. I'm not that guy. But come on. You can't be taking conference calls from work while you're sitting next to me. You already know I'm fat. There was a whole row of seats, and for some reason you felt sitting next to the chubbiest dude in the crowd. You, for some reason, thought that was the best play. But then you gonna be on the phone? I told this story so many times. If y'all keep up with the show, I'll probably tell it again at some point. I don't want to get upset though. I don't want to be upset. Let me see. Especially with spoilers flying out every window. Oh, God. Watching with like-minded works at the cinema, too. Yeah. I used to know what that was like. I don't anymore. So, let me see. Drive-in cinema would be cool. I don't know about that. I don't know. I definitely get what you're saying, Arca. You said you're technically alone together. Yeah, I get that. It's just, I don't know. I still don't feel like I can be as comfy in a car as I would be, and then your car has to have good sound. I don't know. I get ways. Quality definitely is a thing for me. Drive-ins were the way for savages to be uncivilized now that thing. But yeah. Drive-in just seems useless. It can't possibly give you a proper cinema experience. If you can go to the drive-in and watch an old movie, you go and watch like Seventh Sign. If you could go back and watch that and have that in the drive-in, prime. But if I'm gonna go and watch like Avengers Endgame I'm just gonna be in my car mad. I'm be like, my speakers ain't good enough. How come I can't sing? It's too far away. I don't know. Why did I park here? It's going to be a problem. It's just, yeah. Last thing I saw at the theater was Joker and Glass. Hey, that's pretty good. Last thing I've seen was Up. Wow. Notre Dame birthday boy. Always my baby. I'm doing it out here. This is library. Facts. They should know the big dude by himself is professional movie watcher. For real, they should. Like, I'm obviously not at the gym. Obviously. Like, this is where I go. I don't get it. But yeah, this dude, okay, let me tell you the story. I'm gonna make it quick. I'm sitting in the theater. Now, my friend who's with me, he's trying to prove to me that everything I just told y'all is not true. And that if we go to the theater, it will be a lovely experience. So we go to the theater. We sit all the way up at the top, because that's where I usually sit. I sit up at the top. This dude walks in while the trailers are playing. He walks in, looks up, looks around. Mind you, 80% of the theater is completely clear. There is no one. Up until the moment where I saw this dude looking around, I was like, yo, my friend might be right. So this dude walks in, walks all the way up to the top with 80% of the theater open. Just empty seats, just a sea of nobody. He walks all the way up to the top, comes into our aisle, sits right next to me. Like we're old friends. Like he's looking for a handy. Like he sits right next to me. And then pulls his already open and on phone out of his pocket and goes, yeah, man, I'm up in the theater. So yeah, like I was saying, Bubba, he wasn't even whispering. He wasn't even like, I know I'm fucking up, but let me try to be a little bit civilized. He wasn't like, yeah, I'm still in the theater. Yeah, I'll hit you up after the movie. He continued his conversation for 15 minutes. The whole time, because mind you, I was trying to not go back to the theater anymore because I had already screamed at somebody. Okay? I had already screamed. So I was like, this just isn't the place for me. Not like this. Not like this. My friend's trying to prove. So this dude's talking, and I'm looking at this dude in his mouth. I'm in his mouth talking to. He looks over at me and continues talking. I'm like, nope, this is why you stopped. Do not stand up and be on the news. Do not be on the news. You know they looking for another black man to be on the news. Don't be on the news. Also, the cops might come. You dead at that point. So don't be on the news. Just take it. And this is the last time. And ladies and gentlemen, that was the last time I've been to the theater. I looked over at my friend and he was just sitting there looking at me and he was like, and I was like, you son of a bitch. I should go ahead and smack the dog shit out of this guy, and then I should turn around and smack the dog shit out of you for bringing me here. I told you this shit would happen. I digress. I'm enjoying myself. I hope y'all are enjoying yourselves as well. I hope y'all are enjoying yourselves. I love talking with the people. I just can't wait to have these filmmakers on this show. It's going to be fantastic. Fantastic. If I could, I would do this as a show and then have it so like where every time I'm interviewing somebody, we actually go to like a restaurant and we all just like eat and talk movies. It would be fantastic. That's partially a thought that my brother had for one that he wanted to do. So I'm not trying to steal credit. I think it would be amazing, especially given the name of the show. Anyway, That's Ninja. See, lady, she says, I would have literally asked him to move. But this is the problem. When that guy turns around and says, fuck you. Well, I know me. And one thing I don't stand is absolute disrespect. I will not have it. So I have to know myself. So if he says that, or the next person says, fuck you, mind your business. Well, then I have to kill him. And you can't put yourself in that situation. You have to prove that you're smarter. You have to prove that you can take all of these animals out here and you can smoothly just be big, just walk away. Just walk away. Just walk away. They ain't gonna get me out here acting like a fool just because, I'm feeling ways. That's all I'm saying. So, guys, you see this gray hair? I just noticed this gray hair. Guys, this is the 40. This is the you turned 40 gray hair. Y'all see that? I think I grew it while talking about my frustrations of the theater. Anyway, bro, it's no wonder we got so much violence. Facts. Nobody is considerate of anybody else anymore. But that's not for this podcast. That's for the Wednesday's podcast, the Unexamined Life podcast. So we'll leave that for there. I bet he's the dude that does that in the bathroom too, taking the open urinal right next to you when there's 3 others available. Yeah, of course. Mighty is always in the same theater with Robert De Niro on Cape Fear. That's funny. He has popcorn. He's armed to call the reinforcements. He totally set you up for that. Probably paid an actor. That would be funny, but he ain't paying shit. Anyway, the point. Not him. You would have had a point, but not him. Lifetime of consequences get you staying home. I feel, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all aren't gonna. I'm not gonna be coaxed. I'm not gonna be taken advantage of and become a statistic. I pride myself on being too smart, and I know me. I know that sounds cocky as fuck, but I don't mean it to be. It's just I know how I am. And I pride myself on reading people. There's a reason I can tell you what this dude was doing before he got to the chair right beside me. It's because I constantly calculate every single thing that comes around me. Everything. And I knew he was going to be a problem the moment he stepped in the theater. But I digress. I calm myself down before I need to go get some blood pressure medication. No, I'm just fucking with you. I've truly enjoyed it. I've truly enjoyed this. Let me see. In Red Cicadas, he said in Scotland he'd be challenged to a gentleman's fist fight. Well, if this was the United States of Vicious, he wouldn't get that chance. That's all I'm gonna say. You walk into my home and you do this? You disrespect me? I would have started at his kneecaps. He'd be folded up like that old movie The Arrival with Charlie Sheen where their legs bend backwards. Yo, he would have been walking like that because I would have bent his... I would have erector setted that motherfucker's body. Anyway, the point is, let's not get on the... y'all making me dwell. You're making me dwell in the darkness. I'm Batman. But anyway, let me move on. Let me see here. Ninja, that's the way red. That is funny though. Gotta lurk and work. Love the lively chat. This is the best. Much birthday love. Thank you. Love you. Thanks for sharing your time with us. Hey, thank you for making it enjoyable for me to share my time. Thank you, Lady Delaney. Ninja, it's different here. Fight in school equals expelled. Fight as an adult equals fighting them and all their boys plus cops plus guns. Facts. And they might get me. But I'm going to tell you the original dude is going to be ashes before that. But because as you see, because I talk like this, I have to be wary of how I'm going to react. And then I calculate, jumble it all up. And I'm like, this is the equation. Stay your dumb ass at home. That's has to be. It's the forethought that counts. It makes for a fantastic story, though. You can't deny it. Oh, yeah. It just, I can't tell you the story when I'm in prison. After I have manslaughtered a person. So I know my dude. I know I'm happy, jovial dude. I have a ton of patience. Y'all have seen me in every other podcast. I may speak strongly with passion. And it takes a lot to get me mad. But once I get mad, there's a reason they called your boy the Credible Hulk. Because when I get mad, it's not cute. I know it about myself. That's why I got to protect myself from getting mad. It ain't cute. My past is a dark one. But anyway, Char, what's going on, my guy? I probably accidentally be... Whoa. I probably accidentally be absolutely disrespectful. Yo, that is a fantastic beginning of a sentence. I probably accidentally be absolutely disrespectful. When I'm being critically real with someone, that they either kill me or cry in the corner like their family got murdered. Damn. Real talk. So, anyway. I don't know. How much is there any other movie y'all like? I wonder what Mighty thinks. This is like episode 0 of this podcast. So, if there's a movie y'all want to sneak in, y'all want to be like, what did you think of? Feel free. If you want to know my general thoughts on anything, do it now. Because like I said, I'm only going to be here for a good time, not a long time. And honestly, I kind of want to get back to drinking and just hanging out. Plus, I got my gift, my birthday gift right behind me. So I kind of want to get on that. But, we good? Did you see Dune? Not yet. I've had the chance to see Dune for those that know the way. But I'm holding off because it drops tomorrow on HBO Max. I'm waiting. That way I can go downstairs, pull it up on the 70. I'll be fine. I'll wait for my 4K viewing pleasure. Well, I mean, I can do 4K here, but it's not 70 inches, okay? My 70 inches downstairs, so I'm going to have to go get that. Vorn Doom. Oh, and welcome, Vorn. I think you said something earlier, but I think I lost it. Yeah, you said happy birthday, King. Thank you. I appreciate you. Did you see Dune? No. I'll throw out one Sonic movie. What's your opinion? Sonic was a fantastic family film. It may not be everything that us longtime fans have ever wanted to see, but you could definitely take your child to see that movie, and there was only one scene in the entire film that I was just like, what are y'all, amateurs? It was the scene in the bar. That felt like way too much. It just felt like you were asking just a little too much. And then the scene went on for way too long. Everything else about that movie, I was like, yo, if I had a little Vicious running around here, I'd watch that with him. Those are my thoughts on that. Old looks fire in 4K HDR. Watched it last night. Old is a funny movie. Old is funny. The premise, I'm all about. Some of the actions in it, I'm still all about. But it's not far-fetched. When they place it back in the real world, it's not far-fetched. I truly feel like the corpos would do that. It's just, I don't know, something about it feels just more off than they expected it to feel. If you get what I'm saying. Now, I'm a fan of M. Night Shyamalan. I don't make fun of M. Night Shyamalan like most people. Most people don't realize that the things they make fun of M. Night Shyamalan for, he actually brought into filmmaking as an originator that was doing something different. And then everyone started doing it. And then everybody was like, oh, but let's joke them because it's a twist. Yeah, it is. Most great movies have them. All right. Anyway, before I get too serious about that, cool. Let me see here. Great pastel color coordination, all the wardrobe, scenery, lighting, etc. Optical lens lighting. Yeah. Red, cool. I can respect that. Ninja, that's why he catches so much flack in my opinion. Always some subtext. It's got some humor in it. I fucks with M. Night heavy. True that. Char, did you see the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie and what did you think of it? I think the animation was absolutely fantastic and the story was decent at the least, so I'd highly recommend. That's the new one, right? Because if it's the new one, I haven't seen it. I've seen how many Broly movies have they had? I've been watching Broly movies since this shit was on VHS. So if this is the new Broly movie, I have not watched it yet. But now that you brought it up, I'm going to take a little note here because I most definitely will. I most definitely will. I've seen them all. I can't stop now. So let me see here. Put that on the... You know what? I actually have this shit open over here. Let me actually put it on the list. There we go. Yeah, Hitchcock was all twist. Well, technically not all twist, but his beauty of the reveal is what makes him such an auteur. But yeah, I mean, not to mention creating the stairway, back up while zooming. It's insane. It's insane. Let me see here. Let me turn up the... Oh, God. Tamjin Shu just gifted 7. Tier 1 subscription. My brother Jen. He's come through. Spreading the love. Spreading that love. I love you too, bro. One of these days, we're going to get up. One of these days, we're going to meet back up, and it's going to be like old times. Wait, Dragon Ball Z Super Broly. Yeah, is that the one you're talking about? Or isn't there a new one that's actually just coming out? Just coming out? Hasn't even officially released yet? Right? I can't remember. What matters is our plan. But yeah, I don't know. So... if that's it, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an amazing birthday stream. I truly, you know what? I can't leave that soon. After Jen just dropped the 7 tier 1 subscriptions. We're going to come back and let me think of something. Y'all want to know a horror movie that I actually watched not too long ago that I was like, yo, this is actually absolute fire. Have y'all seen The Night House? If y'all haven't seen The Night House, that joint actually is fantastic. Let me see if I can pull this up on IMDb. I'm gonna put the link in chat. I loved The Night House. It has Rebecca Hall in it, who she's usually always in a great movie, always in a great movie. Makeko, what's your take on Event Horizon? Classic. Anybody who doesn't agree, I'm gonna be looking real suspect at your list. That's all I can really say. Event Horizon is dope AF. My wife still doesn't like to watch that movie because the first time she saw it, she was in the college times and she had just taken a substance and that joint messed her up. So she's still uneasy about it. But Event Horizon is dope AF. Easy peasy. Dope AF. But yeah, The Night House. I'm telling you, if y'all get a chance, it depends on what type of experience you have, Ninja. Because I can imagine that if you're on the wrong thing and you watch Event Horizon, that shit might break your brain. It might, and people need to understand it's easy for your brain to break. It truly is. Like, be careful and take care of yourself. Don't be stressed out too much. Don't lose your shit. Because I've been through it with multiple people where actually seeing them slowly break and lose their minds. It's not cool. But yeah. There's a new Dragon Ball movie coming next year. However, it's all CG. Yeah, I think that's the one I saw the trailer for. Oh, this looks dope already. A24 type of joint. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Guys, I know I'm talking a lot and I'm jumping all over the place because I'm responding in chat. But if you haven't seen The Night House, you need to watch that joint. It is fantastic. It was a delight. I picked it randomly, not knowing anything about it, because that's what I do. I just watch stuff. And I was just like, yeah, I'll watch that. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and I've been waiting to watch it again. But I have my new list of movies that I'm supposed to knock out tonight with my brother, actually. We have, what's the next three? Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Because I wanted to pick what I was supposed to pick what our next group. Usually my brother and I will just pick 4 movies, 3 or 4 movies, and we're like, yo, this is the next joint. And we'll sit there and we'll watch 4 movies in a night. That's our thing. The review says it was unsatisfying, so why bother? I'm going to write a new review as soon as we're done. That person obviously is a small smoothie. Yeah, small brain and a smoothie. Yeah, we don't like those people. We don't pay attention to those guys. So yeah. The next movies we're going to be watching are Redemption of a Rogue, Lansky, Cop Shop, and Don't Breathe 2. Has anybody looked up has anyone here seen Don't Breathe, the original one? Because I'm going to tell you, I'm a little confused. Oh, and if you haven't seen Candyman, the new Candyman was fantastic. And the cinematography in that film was way beyond what anyone should have expected. Let me see here. I think I have... Yeah. The synopsis for Don't Breathe 2 has me curious. Like, I want to know how you go from the first movie of Don't Breathe, which is a horror movie about a bunch of kids breaking into a house that they hear there's a safe in, that whatever, it's basically Ant-Man but a horror movie. Well, the beginning of Ant-Man but a horror movie, and they run into a blind dude who like murders all of them. I don't know how you get from that plot to the plot synopsis of the second film. It seems like a completely different film. Like, I'm just interested. I want to know if they can take that character who's literally murdering people in a way that seems like, dude, you caught him. Why not just call the cops and, have them arrested? But no, you're literally just murdering people. To the plot that they have here in that link, for those that don't know, the sequel is set in the years following the initial deadly home invasion, where Norman Nordstrom, Stephen Lang, lives in a quiet solace until his past sins catch up to him. That's not the breakdown. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Hiding out for years in an isolated cabin, Norman Nordstrom has taken in and raised a young girl orphaned from a house fire. Their quiet existence is shattered when a group of kidnappers show up and take the girl, forcing Norman to leave his safe haven to save her. How did this dude become Liam Neeson? How did this become Taken? Can someone tell me? How did this become Taken? You know what? I'm going to watch and find out for myself. Real talk. I need to just ask people what's going on. I need to watch it, and then I will know. So we're doing that. For anybody that saw, if you saw Malignant, oh my God, that movie was so terrible. Here we go. Redemption of a Rogue. This joint actually looks like it's going to be fantastic. Fantastic. Like, it's low budget, of course. It's going to, but it looks like it's actually going to be insane. That's why I like Rob Zombie stuff. Oh my God. Ninja. You know what? We'll talk about that later. I'm not going to pay attention to that. Not going to lie, I looked at the new Catwoman trailer, and my thoughts were, man, why am I doubting my series ideas when content like this exists? Lol. I will say, out of all the stuff they brought out of DC Fandom, that one did look the most sus. It really did. But, pardon. Let me see here. Ninja. I actually like horror movies that empower the psycho more instead of the NPCs. The NPCs! I mean, I'm not against it. I just don't see how this dude went from murdering 3 people in his house brutally to a dude who saves orphans. Also, if he's in a cabin in the middle of the woods, where was this? How did he get this girl? Did he have neighbors somewhere in the boonies and their house burned down? And then he was just like, oh, well, I'll take this girl. Like, how did this all come about? The more you think of it, it just seems so strange. But you know what? It is what it is. I'll take a look. I'll take a look. And I'm sure it'll be fantastic. Yeah, I'm not on board with the anyway, bro, happy birthday. just move away from it. So let me see. Well, I'm still curious if there's a movie you couldn't actually finish watching, because I'm thinking no matter what genre it is, it must be the ultimate horror movie. There's no movie I can't finish watching. But there are that I can't finish watching. But there are movies where I will say, like, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to come back. Because, I mean, it has to be real bad. But if I can sit through The Brown Bunny, yeah, if I can sit through The Brown Bunny, I can sit through anything. If I can sit through The Human Centipede, all of them, then I can sit through anything. Garbage. Anyway. Yeah. So let me see. Ninja, thank you for the 50. Hey, it doesn't have to be much, baby. I appreciate you. Anything you wish to share is good enough for me. I ain't out here to get rich. I'm just out here to talk about shit I like talking about. I love Buffalo 66, Freeway 2, Vincent Giallo. Yeah, I see. Indeed. I don't really have any problems with those. But Brown Bunny. No. I will never say that it's worth. I just won't. I appreciate, and I told somebody this the other day. If you get to make a movie, even for all the dislike I have for like anything Rob Zombie does film-wise, if you get to make a movie, Chloe Sevigny, if you get to make a movie, I will always be like, good on you. You got to make your art. That's wonderful. It's beautiful. I will always be like, yo, good on you for being able to bring your story to life. But I appreciate you. I like your hustle. I like that you got to do something. I will always show respect. However, I have my opinions. That's it. Let me see. Yes, if I could chop it up with you about why I like them, I would. Why can't you? As long as something doesn't happen to me, I'll be around. Also, if you want to come into the Discord where there's a bunch of other people that I'm gathering, I'm creating a team. But no, I repurposed a lot of my Discord so that I could have just a bunch of people who like to talk films. And so if anybody wants that, y'all know where I am on Twitter. Y'all know where I want. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's the Twitter or if that's the Made in Dreams one. Somebody check that out and let me know. Oh, no, this is it. Yeah, it is. It's mine. If y'all want to do that, jump in. Jump in. Come talk movies with us. We already started to an extent. We had a conversation about Halloween. We had a conversation about the new Uncharted trailer. You can see a list of the movies that I've watched recently this year. It's not a complete list, but it's a list. If you see something on there, feel free to just throw it in there. I have a section made for everything. So whatever you want to talk about, you have a group of people there of like-minded, fun-loving movie buffs who want to talk about it with you. So, yeah, if you don't know, hit me up on Twitter. In my profile, there's my link tree. That link tree will have a way to contact me through whatever platform you use. It's Linktree Mighty Vicious. I mean, it's simple. So, yeah, find me if you need me. Other than that, movies greater than series, no. There was a time when, yes, movies were greater than series. That's no longer. You find some really great series these days that the only reason they're series is that they're too long to be a movie, but the quality matches a movie. Back in the day, you weren't making a made-for-TV movie or short series that had the same production quality. It's a new day out here. Hey, Mighty, just want to say happy birthday, man. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you coming through. I really do. Now, with that being said, ladies and gents, it is time. It is time for me to call it off. I'm going to go spend time with the waifu. See what's in store for my birthday. I'm going to take my gift that I bought myself. Not the one that they got me, but the gift I bought myself, which is just a sketchbook, just to go analog and get away from computers for a weekend. But I'm going to go take that. I'm going to go sit down. I'm going to go sketch and draw and sip more alcohol, and it'll be fantastic. I appreciate all of you coming through. And I hope you enjoyed just sitting back and shooting the shit, talking movies with me. Maybe I actually will use this as episode 0 for the podcast. And everyone that's typed or chatted, they'll get to see it. And I'll post this up on my Mighty Vicious YouTube as well. So, anyway, thank you, everyone, for coming through. I appreciate all of you. Sauceless One, good to see you. We'll be in touch. We got to set up for next week on the podcast. And love you all. Thank you.